videos. I don't know which one it was exactly. I asked you if you were winning. And I said, you probably have a house and a car, and you think you're winning. And I told you weren't. I said, your loss is just on delay. And nothing's changed. I still feel that way, and I think you do too, if you saw that video. I tried to redefine what the word winning actually means. You know? I mean, you take somebody like a Michael Phelps, who was the best swimmer in Olympic history and had the most wins, most gold medals. Yeah, he won. He did win. But, you know, in the Olympics, did he win in life? I don't think so. He probably has a very difficult life now because he's not swimming anymore. So he has to find a new life. And same as I said about Prince Andrew. He can't go work at McDonald's or 7-Eleven. He has money, and he won't have to work at 7-Eleven. But he's not going to have your life or a normal person's life or an average person's life. He'll always be a gold medal winner. Anytime he goes on TV, they'll say, the highest gold medal winner, like an Oscar winner or an Oscar nominee. They're never an actor anymore. They're an Oscar nominee. So, and you know, that all has to do with, you know, I say American, but it's a world disease, more so in America, but putting people in boxes, you know. They're in an Oscar box. They're in a gold medal winner box. You know, it's very, extremely hard to escape those boxes. You know, it's not like Phelps is gonna find himself as the greatest swimmer in the world and also an Oscar winner. You know, that's what the GOAT is. You know, but he's not a GOAT in that way. He's not going to get a Tony or a Grammy and all that. So he'll be stuck in the greatest swimmer. And considering his feet, I think it'll be a very long time, and he probably won't be alive when his records are broken. But at least some of them. So he'll always wear that medal around his neck, which will feel like a noose after a while. You know, and it's hard for him to complain about it because, you know, that's so many people's dream is to wear that noose until they actually wear it. You know, and that's how come I'm going back to defining winning. Did he really win? In some ways he did. A lot of ways he didn't. You know, he swam his way to greatness, but he set himself apart from the rest of the world. And for that, he'll never be forgotten. But that's nice when you're dead. You know? But it's not easy to live that life until you do die. You know, George Washington will never be forgotten. But he had a pretty hard life for that. Running the country, running the Revolutionary War, and all the things he did. wasn't easy. And he risked his life in a big way to do it. If the English got a hold of him, they would have killed him. So, you pay a price for that kind of stuff. Like I paid my price for what I've got. Psych wards, prisons, crack, addiction, loss of family. I have the worst family on the planet. They don't give a rat's ass about me. Wouldn't give me 2 cents if I asked for it. They're all millionaires, but they wouldn't give me 2 cents. And if I were in some way to get them to spend money on me, like a hotel room or something, they come to me with a bill asking for the money back. So I have no love as far as family goes. So I don't have any children, never had any children, never got married, a couple of girlfriends. So I paid a price for what I have, and my peace of mind. And I don't regret any of that. I don't want the opposite of all those things I just said. I don't want that. I don't want to change a day in my life, no more than I want to change today. And neither should you, whatever your life is. And Michael Phelps' problem isn't the gold medal around his neck. It's the cage between his ears that he lives with. The cage that he thinks he belongs or deserves to live in. I don't live in a cage. I don't have a cage between my ears. You do. That's why you're a slave. You're in a cage. You don't have the chains between your legs. You have a cage between your ears. The chains link both ears together instead of both legs. But one chain is visible and one chain is not. But the invisible one is even harder to break. It's very hard to break. Hard to break something you can't see. And like carbon monoxide in your house, which kills you if it's there. Without a detector, you would never know it's there until you're falling on the floor and passing out and dying from it. And if somebody would be lucky enough to save you, but if not, you're dead. Just like you can't see carbon monoxide, you can't see the chain or the cage in your head. And I am the carbon monoxide detector right now. I am telling you, you have a cage in your head, a chain in your head, however you want to put it, that's going to kill you. It's going to destroy your life, just like the carbon monoxide does. But, when you have a carbon monoxide detector, you have a choice to ignore it and say, it must be a low battery, whatever, and die from the carbon monoxide. Well, you have the right to ignore me, turn off the video, say he's crazy, I don't know, chain between my head or cage in my brain. Okay. Don't go to work tomorrow. See what happens. Yeah. Tell your boss what you think of him tomorrow. Really think of him. Go ask your boss for a raise. All of a sudden that cage starts having walls that you can't get out of. It's a box. Like I said, everybody wants to go in a box. It's just another box. And I'm the carbon monoxide detector knows how to pick out boxes. I know when there's a box. I can tell, I can see, I can feel. But I don't get in them. I help people get out of them. And that's very difficult. And you know what the biggest problem with getting someone out of a box? They don't want to go. They don't want to leave it. It's too scary to leave it. They don't know what's on the other side. They can't picture the other side because they never lived there. They never tried it. You know, so it's scary. It's safer to say with the known instead of the unknown. But the known is going to kill you. It's going to make you miserable. Probably kill yourself like Michael Phelps. One day he might kill himself. But I don't know. And I'm not trying to pick on Michael. But just using it as a metaphor. But Kurt Cobain killed himself. He was a very rich man, very popular, very successful, and put a shotgun to his head. So I think he found the walls of his box when he did that. And he didn't know how to break free of it. And the shotgun was meant to break the box. And it did. And it took him with it. So he kind of accomplished what he was going for. But it wasn't a good end result. We got no more music, and it didn't matter if he escaped the box, did it? So I'm trying to help you avoid that. I don't want you to put a gun to your head. I don't want you to hang yourself. You don't have to do those things to escape the box. But it might feel that way when you're escaping the box, because you do have to do things that are outside the box. And that's difficult. You're not trained to think outside the box. When you're a child, the first thing they do is put you in a box. They put you in a classroom, which is a big box. And what do they have? A box of toys. A toy box. Yeah. And what are most of the toys? Little boxes. Yeah, come on. It writes itself. I don't know. So, look. It's like teaching you or wanting you to swim, and you're on a planet with no water. Yeah. Go to Mars and try to swim. Good luck with that. But, you can learn. And that's why I'm here, because there is hope. And then you can learn. You're just not willing. It's too hard. It hurts my brain to think that way, because you're hitting the box walls. Every time you hit the box walls, you get a headache. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying don't give up. Kurt Cobain gave up. He found a way to get out of the box, but it was a bad way. It was an easy way, but it was the wrong way. So I'm not trying to help you do that. But, I can say a lot of things about a lot of topics, and I think you know that. But I picked this one for this video. Because some people live in boxes and they don't even know they live in boxes. And you ever see that Christmas present? I did it to my uncle one year. We took a little box, And he used to play Santa Claus for Christmas Eve, we had our big Christmas party and hand out gifts and stuff. And we put one of those felt Santa Claus hats, like one of those Santa Claus hats. I put it in a little box. I put the little box in a bigger box, and the bigger box in a bigger box. And I wrapped them all. Each one was individually wrapped. So you're getting the idea, right? So we had a big box. We gave it to him. He was the first present. He had to get the first present. I did it. It was my idea. I wrapped all the boxes. I did it. I was young. I don't know how young I was. Probably 13 or something. I don't know. Maybe not that. But, he started unwrapping the boxes and found the next box that he had to unwrap. And he kept going. And he was going to give up. He's like, oh, forget it. He's like, I had it. I had enough of this. Because it was a lot of boxes. So he finally got down to it. And there was the hat. And he wore the hat the rest of the night. But that's your life, because you're in a box within a box within a box within a box. And that's why it's so hard to break free, because like he wanted to give up, you want to give up. You're like, oh, I got rid of those boxes, but there's another box. It's like, oh, this never ends. This never ends. It feels that way. I know it feels that way. I did it myself, so I know. I'm in the crackhead box. I'm in the psycho box. I'm in the horrible family box. I'm in the narcissist mother box. Victim of a narcissist box. Scapegoat, black sheep. All these boxes I wear. All these labels I wear. College graduate. I like that box. Retired at 29. I like that box. But I think you make the walls stronger in the boxes when you let those boxes define you. I'm not a crackhead. I'm not a victim. I'm not merely a college graduate. I'm a lot more than all those things. I'm something different from all those things. You can meet another person with all those labels, and I'm telling you, he's not going to be anything like me. Nothing. So, I transmuted myself out of that situation. All the pain they brought me, all the pain my life has put me through. And I'm not a monster. I didn't become the monster they used to destroy me. And they destroyed the monster with love. That's all. The monster hated me. Hated me like you wouldn't believe. Couldn't figure out how to kill me. And I turned around and I gave it a hug. And I loved it. And I made it love itself. And you know what? Once it loved itself, it couldn't hurt me. It might have wanted to. I couldn't do it. It could not hurt me. So, that was the end. The monster was dead. It was no longer a monster. The box was no longer a box. So, let me see. I'm wearing Bob right there. I didn't put this shirt on for this video. It just there are no coincidences, so I won't say it's that. But love. One day, how are we ever going to beat AI and AI robots and all those things? How are you going to beat them? What's the one thing AI don't have and never will? Love. It'll never have love. Can't figure it out. It's a Rubik's Cube. It can never solve. And that's how we're going to beat it. That's another video for another day. I don't want to get into AI. But I'm trying to save you from yourself. You put yourself in that box, and society keeps you in that box. You put yourself in the box, but society keeps you in the box. Oh, you don't think you're a crackhead anymore, huh? Oh, your mother's not a narcissist anymore, huh? No, they're all those things. I'm all those things. I did those things. I don't do them anymore. My mother has zero effect on me. I don't pick up crack cocaine no matter if the whole room here was full of it. I wouldn't touch it. So, no, I'm not a crackhead. No, I'm not a victim. No, I don't live in those boxes. I did, but I don't. So, and you don't have to either. You don't have to either. And like I said, you stay in them because you're comfortable. I want to help you out, but you fight me. You tell me, no, I can't do that. And you know what I tell you? You're right. You can't. Because you don't want to. When you change your attitude, give me a call. When you change your attitude, replay this video. Because other than that, I can't help you. So. But if you don't think there's a box, you really can't escape from it. Because the walls are invisible. They just lead to another box outside those walls. And you have to escape those walls as well. It's like a prison with multiple walls. You have to scale them all to get free. And you don't even want to scale the first one. So it doesn't matter if they have 3 or 4 or none. You don't want to scale the first one. So you're stuck. And you will forever be stuck if you think like that. So, and you, like I said, you had the toy box when you were in kindergarten. So you've been trained to think like that. So there's no book out there that's going to help you. Because everyone had the toy box as kindergartner. So nobody can write that book. I can. And this is chapter 1, put it that way. So, in chapter 1 is finding out you live in a box. You live in multiple boxes. Your car is a box. Your house is a box. Most of your food comes in a box. So, we can go crazy. And we're not. But progress is slow. The results are worth it. So don't give up. I won't give up. But more importantly, you can't give up. And you need to look at the things I've pointed out and see where they are in your life. And find the walls to the invisible walls. Go get a headache. Leave the gun alone. And don't hang yourself. It won't help. Because when you die, what do? They put you in a box. Goodbye.